Movement number 4. Dragon seeks path. Dragon whips his tail.
Yo, my man, why you got on that purse, huh?
Hey, this ain't no purse. I'm the big deals. Don't do that. $100 Patron in the bid at, you heard? Get your money up, not your funny up.
Grr, blah. It's the Cold Food Podcast. We out here. We lit. It's a whole lot of giggity gang-ish, you know what I mean? Listen, off top.
Am I lying straight? Or should I bring my
No,
light?
straight. Nigga, the moment we start recording, yo, it starts getting pixelated anyway, so it don't really make a difference. Yeah, man, we lit, bro. What we talking about, son? What we talking about?
So, I did a video on this yesterday, and it's been a common theory that a lot of people share. I'm glad I did the video. A lot of people are coming out and thinking that Eminem is going to drop a project this month. We're going to get a December M project. But if you think about the thing that I think that's ironic, well, not ironic, but for the last 3 Decembers, if this one, it'll be 3 Decembers, M has been active, either pushing a project or doing, because remember the 12 days of Dismiss was last Christmas. When did Revival drop? Was that around Christmas or am I tripping?
It was November of the year before that. So November.
Yeah,
December.
so I mean around November, December time. So that's another reason. But there's been things that have came out. You know, we could talk about them here. I don't really have them in front of me, so I'm gonna have to remember all of them. Different reasons on why we think he's gonna drop, and different hints that I think he's gonna drop the year, or towards the end of the year, especially.
Well, the first things first was Bizarre. Bizarre the other day said that he deleted, I guess, since then, but he said that M wasn't going to respond to Nick because he's still, because he's working on his ish that's about to drop in a week.
Well, I mean, before that even, we can go into the 50, when 50 was doing his promo run for, I can't remember what song it was, but
for Power.
For Power, he was dropping a lot of M hints. He was straight up.
It wasn't hints. It was like he was literally saying that.
Yeah, he said he sent him some new shit to get on.
You're right.
You know? But was that before him and Ed Sheeran and 50 Cent song came out? Or was that after?
It was after. And it was multiple times on multiple different platforms. Then Big Boy on the radio said that he was in the studio with Dr. Dre, literally listening to Eminem and Dr. Dre music that was new.
Well, yeah, I mean, let's talk about the 50 stuff first. Because this year, well, even if you think ever since after Kamikaze, they've been saying that we're going to get a new 3-headed monster song, which is Dr. Dre, 50 Cent, and Eminem. And he's been very vocal. I think M has been working on whatever project he's about to drop since Kamikaze. Because we've been getting stuff of him in the studio with Snoop. Remember that?
Yeah.
Of different stuff. We've been for a year, over a year now.
Literally over a year.
Yeah, so it seems like that's what's going to happen. And every time it comes around that time, 50 comes out and says something. If you notice, another thing that happened is those track lists leaked out. You know, like, when I first saw the track list leak out, didn't think much of it because I feel like 2019 was the year of albums not dropping. You know, it was like the year of people saying they were going to drop something and didn't drop. So we got a lot of playlists this year. Track lists this year, if you think about it. We got a lot of track lists that even randomly, Roddy Ricch, when Roddy Ricch dropped his track list and his track list of his album is missing some stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's why I take them with a grain of salt. But looking at it now, after the whole year of stuff and looking at the names that are on there, it all makes sense. It literally all makes sense. And just to throw this out here, during the whole Eminem Lord Jamar thing, I 100% think Eminem or Royce is going to address Jamar on Royce's project. Either that or Royce is going to address Eminem. Now, I know that sounds crazy, but I've been hearing some weirdness.
You think Royce is going to address issues he has with M?
If you watch the last Joe Budden podcast, Royce is on.
Yeah, there was something weird. Yeah, there was something weird. Like he said, it's going to bring Joe out of retirement.
No. This was after. He said that when he was on the phone. I mean, he was a physical guest on the last Joe Budden podcast. He said on his project. That's what I texted you. He said that at first, because they didn't want to talk about who it was, but then Joe or Royce, or I think Joe said, "Do we want to say who you're talking about or some stuff like that?" He said that, and then he goes, "Nah, but." And then, like, why you address this person? They're like, nah. And he's like, I just think it needs to be addressed, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. And I was thinking it was Lord Jamar. And I was thinking it was 100% Jamar and Eminem going to be on the song. But then he said, he started talking about white rappers and them making mistakes, and maybe sometimes they don't notice they're making the mistake or not noticing how extra careful they have to be. You know what I mean?
That's weird. Damn. That's weird,
so if you're not talking about him, maybe you're talking about, like, I was trying to think, like, Macklemore, or what other white rapper would he be, like, because he was saying, at first I thought he was going to talk about Jamar, but then I was like, wait, what? So I was just like, that's why I said it's either Jamar or Eminem, and he said he was talking about white rappers. But maybe he was saying that to try to throw the scent off the trail. And he, in a way, he would be talking about white rappers if he addresses the Jamar thing.
The Jamar thing.
So maybe he's trying to play the Oli Wapti, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's just been a lot of the rumoroids just going around, bruh. Like it's not even really like rumors though. I mean, there's just so much weird shit that's happened this year. Like all these like drops. The fact that, well, I mean, you know, maybe that has something to do with Bad Meets Evil. Maybe that's why that's not coming out.
Well, they asked about that too.
Oh, they asked
him about that? He sounded like he kind of had, he definitely 100% had issue with Eminem and this Nick Cannon feud.
Yeah, but, well, I guess because M said something to him about, on that Lord Above song.
And he was saying that essentially it seems like M is a person that it's not easy for him to talk to, he can't get a hold of, and it's been that way their whole relationship. And he says that in order for them to get, when they're talking about Bad Meets Evil 2, I don't know, in order to get M to do something, you got to get him in one position for a long time, and he thinks that he's giving energy to things like these disses that's not going to build or anything like that. Like he's wasting everybody's time. Like this is a waste of everybody's time, basically. So it's kind of how he's coming.
But nigga, I mean, what the hell? How you gonna say that? He ain't never sold no albums like that.
Well, who, Royce?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's what I got from what he said.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That seems kind of like some, like, nigga, you doing a song with Eminem, nigga. How much can you complain about? If that is the case, like, if that is true.
No, that's when they're talking about if Bad Meets Evil 2 is coming. And he was essentially saying he can't get M in the studio for long enough to just sit down and focus on it. And he thinks that these other things are distracting him. That's why he went on the radio and said they distracted him. That's what he said on the Joe Budden podcast.
Well, did you watch a clip with him on Sway?
Mm-hmm.
He said, I actually think I have it. He was just kind of talking about the same thing, like with like, you know, like him being able to get shit done, and he was like, "Yo, here."
Royce the 5'9" is here. How's Marshall? Is he doing okay? You know, Marshall is great. Nick Cannon been shooting shots at him, man. Is he scared? Is he nervous? I think he's afraid. You think
See, you seem more like jokey about it.
Get out, Royce.
Yeah, no, I don't think that he...
Yo, man, whatever.
That's what I'm saying. He was kind of... He was a little less jokey on the Joe Budden podcast. Was that, you said that's Sway?
Yeah.
That's also Shady Radio. That's
Yeah.
right.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense, too. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. There's just been a lot of rumored stuff. I do think that...
That's what we was talking about.
Yeah, I think
about
it's a big...
different reasons why we think.
Yeah, I think it's a big possibility that he does drop. Because the more and more the rumors started happening, the more and more I started feeling like it was beginning to sound more like an Eminem project and not...
Yeah, you did say that.
You know what I mean? And like... there would be times where I'd be like, okay, well, maybe, like maybe. But then it wasn't even like a rumor. Like, nigga, Snoop Dogg was in the studio with Eminem. At the beginning of that happening, just to paint a timeline, at the beginning when we saw Eminem and Snoop Dogg together, everybody thought that Snoop Dogg was going to be on like the Bodied soundtrack because that was being hype. Then people was talking about the Body soundtrack, never happened. You know what I mean? And then as time went, you hear 50, you hear Dre, you hear Big Boy, you see different...
Don't sleep about the fact that they said the Body soundtrack wasn't covered, but then we got a leak of Eminem, new Eminem, so that means he's in the studio.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's seeming like... At first, it was only seeming like Bad Meets Evil 2 is right. And then now it's seeming more like all this stuff has been M shit. Because, I mean, we've seen him in the studio multiple times. Like, we've seen a lot of different things with Chris D'Elia. Chris D'Elia said he interviewed M, right?
No, he said that he didn't say why he was with M, but on his podcast he was saying that his story about meeting him when he went to the studio or whatever and stuff like that.
He did.
I think probably Chris D'Elia gonna be on a skip or something.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, my nigga, why is Chris D'Elia in Detroit and why is he just popping up unless they like doing that for a reason?
Yeah, they're not doing that just to meet each other. Like, hey.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they could have crossed paths anywhere and like. In fucking Detroit, you know what I mean? It's like, come on. Like, I don't know. But it seemed like...
Yeah, I don't think anybody's flying, two grown men just flying out just to randomly kick it. They're like, alright, okay, well now I'm flying back.
Yeah, like some sort of business thing, something that Chris D'Elia would be in there. And I mean, the fact that he's like talking about it on his podcast, like, I'm pretty sure he would go more in depth, like... From what I heard, it seemed like everything was really kind of vague when he was talking about his music.
Yeah, he was definitely just acting like it was just like, yeah, man, we're just kicking it.
You know, so it's like, why in the studio? Like, if that was the case, I mean, why not just the crib or like anywhere else? You know, like an event or something. I don't know. None of that really mattered, but it's just like I think that it's probably sounding like yeah. So you say you think December 20th, you said?
I think so, yeah.
Why that day, do you know?
Because there's an article that came out, and I'm not sure if it was for like a magazine or if it was some web stuff. What?
I think it was Eminem Pro.
No, I'm saying where I know I saw the video, but I'm saying the clip came, I don't know where they got the text from, but they said that December 20th is when they're shooting, and the chances are for them hitting it is slim.
Well, yeah, and I mean with Bizarre's shit the other day when he was saying that it's like, so
it would the timing would work with December 20th with what he said.
Yeah, because he said a week, and like that's literally a week, like a week and 1 day from when he said that. I mean, everybody knows the album drops on a Friday, so if it's gonna come out Thursday at midnight, which would be Friday, I mean that makes sense, you know. I don't know, bro. Let us know, bro. Y'all think he dropping on the 20th?
If not, what day? You know?
Yeah.
Cutting it close there.
That's what I'm saying. Let us know in the comment section. Like, comment, subscribe. Bow.